I started in this position when I retired from Michigan State University. That was 10 years ago. The first thing I did was look at the possibility of putting some LED lights in. We didn't need quite as many LED tubes to actually have as much or better lighting. I tell you, I've looked at the data. We cut our electric bill by 40%. 40%. So that was the first thing, is to reduce our energy use. So then the second step is to use renewable forms of energy as opposed to fossil fuel. The Islamic Center is right next to us, so for many years they've shared our parking lot. The Ramadan, which just ended, during that our parking lot lights stay on until about 2:30 in the morning for their activities after the sun goes down. In 2019, we got a real surprise from them. They provided us a check for $25,000, partly to say thank you, but also suggesting that we would consider solar. So we ended up then in 2020 installing a 19.8 kilowatt rooftop unit. That cut our electric bill about 20% more on top of the 40%. These units here, they are going to cut it another 40%. 80% reduction in our use of fossil fuels for lights in the building. The Inflation Reduction Act was passed, and that for the first time enabled nonprofits to get a rebate, which they call a direct pay incentive. For a home installation, it's 30% of the cost of the install, and the direct pay incentive is also 30% of the total install. With the church, I thought, well, if we're doing it here, why not just have them come out and take a look at the house? 2 weeks later, we had people crawling up on the roof with solar panels, and my electric bill now is like $6.71 a month. We calculated it out. We'd recover the cost of the solar panels within 8 years in reduced electric bill. In terms of the church and also for my home, the number one was saving money, because the electric rates are not going to go down. You'd be lucky if they stay the same for 2-3 years, but they're almost certainly going to go up. My grandkids and other members of the church's grandkids, we want to leave them in a better situation than we were in terms of the environment, and this is one way that we can help toward that, is having less use of fossil fuels, less carbon dioxide pollution, and helping in that way.